and welcome to News 9. I'm Nishchita, and first up, distraught Thimmana's father has written a letter to the Deputy Commissioner of Bagalkote. Hanumanta Hatti has pleaded with the district authorities to stop the rescue work as it is destroying the fields and ruining his livelihood. Let's not forget that for the past 2 days, Hanumanta Hatti has been going on to state that they have to stop the rescue works as his son has anyway passed away, which was almost confirmed yesterday considering that there was foul smell emanating from the bore well. Hanumanta Hatti has said that he has to think about the rest of his family as well. If the rescue officials promise that his son will emerge alive, then he will let them continue. But now that his land is being completely destroyed, his crops have been destroyed, his produce has been destroyed, he would want the district officials to stop as his land's nutrition value has depleted considerably due to the indiscriminate digging. In fact, to reach Thimmana, they will have to dig till 170 feet, build a parallel tunnel and then reach out to him, put in a plank and pull him out. But yesterday, the DHO had gone on to confirm that there was foul smell emanating from this pit, confirming that the little boy had passed away. And despite having a meeting with even the district in charge minister as well as the MP, Hanumanta Hatti did not get what he and his family wished for. They went on to state that they would like to see, they know that their son is not alive, and that is the reason why they don't mind him being buried in the farmland. And the parallel digging needs to stop as it is only ruining his lone source of income. He has many more mouths to feed, including his 2 daughters, wife and parents, and by ruining his land, they're ruining his livelihood. He had already sought a loan of almost 17 lakh rupees to dig the borewell in the first place, and he has sought a loan, and that's the reason why he will have to repay the loan with interest. But if his lone source of livelihood of bread and butter is lost, then he will be left nowhere. Well, in fact, this is the letter that Hanumanta Hatti submitted to the officials. In this case, it is the Deputy Commissioner of Bagalkote. In his letter, he has gone on to plead with the District Commissioner to stop the rescue operations as he feels that it is not serving the purpose of rescuing his son because his son has already passed away. But on the other hand, it is causing untellable damage to his land, which is his lone source of income, and that he cannot afford to lose his land. Unfortunately for Thimmana, he fell into a borewell that was on his father's property. The borewell had been dug just about 15-20 days back, and when he ran to show his cousin brother the borewell, he accidentally slipped and fell into it. After initial fear and grief, Hanumanta Hatti and his family members came to a decision that they want the rescue operations to stop, as they felt that the parallel digging was only causing more damage to their land than serving the purpose of saving their son, who is believed to have passed away because of the foul smell emanating from the borewell. And moving on now, the State Cabinet's decision to reject the final list announced by the KPSC on the 21st of March for the 362 posts of gazetted probationer belonging to the 2011 batch was met with protests. The candidates continued their dharna overnight at Freedom Park. The list was rejected following rampant corruption in the selection of candidates. The government has filed criminal cases against the KPSC members regarding the corruption cases. The Criminal Investigation Department has conducted a probe and submitted a report to the government highlighting malpractices in the examination system conducted by the KPSC. A cabinet meeting presided by Chief Minister Siddaramaiah had discussed the list submitted to the government by the KPSC in detail and rejected it. Well, these were the scenes witnessed at Freedom Park as protesting candidates stayed there overnight. All they carried with them was a bed sheet and used their bags to sleep on. In the presence of police, in fact, the entire incident took place. Let's not forget that this comes in the backdrop of the State Cabinet's decision to reject the final list announced by the KPSC on the 21st of March this year for the 362 posts of gazetted probationer belonging to the 2011 batch. The candidates claim that they have worked day and night for several years to get the post that they did, and it is unfair on the government's part to penalize the honest candidates as well. On the other hand, the government has no option and has in fact gone on to state that they cannot afford to have these candidates because there was rampant corruption in the allotting system. And we'll have you invested in any gold saving scheme with your jeweler. If you have, then we suggest you stop, as the entire scheme has become illegal according to new laws.
It's a common practice in many parts of the country to invest in monthly gold saving schemes run by various jewelry outlets. There are largely two schemes. In the first one, the customer deposits a fixed amount every month for a chosen tenure, and at the end of the installment period, the jeweler contributes a month's or 2 months installments, and the customer can buy gold worth the maturity amount. In the second scheme, the customer deposits an amount every month, and the jeweler will buy gold worth that amount monthly. At the end of the tenure, the customer can buy ornaments worth the money that has accumulated with the jeweler. But the newly enacted Companies Act 2013 makes such schemes completely illegal. The new law has imposed several rules. Rule 2(1)B of acceptances of deposits defines all these collections as public deposits. The rule caps the return on deposits to 12%, which is less than what gold firms are offering now. The Act also states that the collection of deposits should be within 25% of the net worth of the company.
All along you have been running it without proper licenses. Now, for example, what happens if there is a scheme which says that 100 months a customer would pay certain amount, at the end of 100th month, he would the entity who is running this scheme would give them the worth of gold or a gold ornament which would total up to ₹1 lakh. But what about the right of these entities to do this kind of an indirect banking act? Because collecting money, keeping deposits, all these are the acts that could be done only by a banking institution under a license issued by the under the Banking Regulation Act by the Reserve Bank.
In the aftermath of this legislation, many gold and diamond outlets have discontinued the scheme and are asking their customers to collect their deposits and are paying interest on a pro rata basis. Tata-owned Tanishq issued a public statement about stopping the scheme and asked its customers to take back their deposits by 31st of August. Several other major outlets in the city like Kalyan Jewellers, Geetanjali, Sai Gold Palace, RR Gold Palace and others have stopped the scheme and are in touch with their legal experts to get more clarity.
ಈಗ ಏನು ಈ ತರ ಲೀಗಲ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಏನು ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಗೊಂದಲಗಳಿದೆ, ಇದರಿಂದ ಒಂದು ಲೀಗಲ್ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪೋರ್ಟ್ ಇಟ್ಕೊಂಡು ನಾನು ಕರ್ನಾಟಕ ಜ್ಯುವೆಲರಿ ಅಸೋಸಿಯೇಷನ್ ವತಿಯಿಂದ ನಮ್ಮ ರಿಟೇಲ್ ಶೋರೂಮ್ಸ್ ಯಾರ್ಯಾರಿದ್ದಾರೆ ಎಲ್ಲರನ್ನ ಕರೆಸಿ, ನಮ್ಮ ಜ್ಯುವೆಲರ್ಸ್ನೆಲ್ಲ ಕರೆಸಿ ಒಂದು ಸೆಮಿನಾರ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು ಅಂತ ಅನ್ಕೊಂಡಿದ್ದೀವಿ. ಈ ಲೀಗಲಲ್ಲಿ ಯಾವ ಥರ ನಾವು ಮುಂದಕ್ಕೆ ಹೋಗಬೇಕು ಏನು ಅಂತೇಳಿ ಈ ಮಾಹಿತಿಯಲ್ಲೆಲ್ಲ ಕೆಲವು ಗೊಂದಲಗಳಿದೆ, ಅದನ್ನು ಸರಿಪಡಿಸ್ಕೋಬೇಕು ಅಂತೇಳಿ ಸದ್ಯದಲ್ಲೇ ಒಂದು ಸಭೆಯನ್ನು ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೀವಿ.
The companies have time till the end of March 2015 to wrap up the scheme, but several smaller outlets continue to receive new deposits. In the meanwhile, the jewelers are working towards drafting a new scheme complying with the new act. So, if you are still continuing such a scheme, ask your jeweler for a refund or a clarification. Harish Upadhyay, News 9, Bengaluru.